Today we got another video, just same day, well different day, but it's another nice day out. So just started another video because sometimes when I'm taking a walk like this, I'll just start talking to myself about something really interesting and wise. But so today, let's choose a topic. I'm not really sure what to talk about, but let's choose. Let's choose. It's a lot of noise. Chaos of sound. Maybe that's what we gotta talk about, the chaos of sound. So, we know that fire rippling is almost like water. When you look at the water, it's all rippling. The chaos of noise, how noise reflects upon the vibration that it gives and shares. So, I wanted to share something. Never be too nice. And, you know, it's okay to be honest too, but there is certain situations where we can't really be too honest to a liar, because all the liar knows is how to lie, how to twist the truth into a lie, how to use the truth to become a lie, and how to manipulate honest people, situations, and places into a strategy lie. I'm not really thinking about this, I'm just really saying it because kind of been through too much already, but I'm not giving up. It's tiring because people seem to struggle to answer simple questions, like the yes or no answer. They always answer a question with a selfish reply, like if it's about them. And I'm just gonna let this video flow. I'm not gonna let it stop because, nothing is really perfect. And nothing is perfect. It's beautiful the way it is. And to whoever is watching this, if you're going through hell right now, keep going. Don't give up. Remember why you started, because you're halfway there. Just keep going. And it's never really an easy road because there's a lot of up and downs. A lot of people say that life is a straight road. They're really just full of shit when they're telling you that. It's not a straight road at all. You have to take courses, you have to take actions, you have to sacrifice, you know, a lot of friendships and time and energy and, you know, don't sacrifice too much, don't work too hard. Try to find a way to work smart, which is the best thing we could all do, because when you work too hard, you get too tired. And when you get too tired, you don't want to do anything. And when you don't want to do anything, nothing gets done. And when nothing gets done, you go nowhere. And that's the thing. When you go nowhere, you know, it might seem all peaceful, but when you look around you, nothing got done yet. So, try to always remember why you started, because you're on the right path. It's never easy to, like, you know, keep going. It's very, very easy to back down and go back to that damn place that you don't want to be in. So, you know, I played a virtual reality sandbox simulation game. It's not really a game, but it's called Second Life. I had a vision where, an idea where I wanted to, like, you know, like a brothel, like an adult strip club. I wanted to, like, you know, run my own club and try to, you know, make it work. But I'd say the most difficult stage to start any business, not just a brothel on virtual reality or real life or whatever, anything really. When you want to start a business, you can't really start it without a team. You can start it without a team, but it's like a living nightmare. You gotta do everything yourself. You gotta do research. Some Sometimes you just lose it because it's just too much work. You don't know where you are. We never really have it together, and that's the cool part about life, because it's always a mystery, but you have to take action. You know, you're always living a life, but you can also live a lie too. And people who live a lie, they fake about everything. They plan it very well, and they're always 3 steps ahead of you. That's why it's important to be 3 steps ahead of them. You don't have to be a good person to find out what the devil really is. I did a lot of bad shit. I mean, maybe not in the real world, but I lied to people, betrayed them, hold a lot of regrets that I wish weren't really there, but I had to accept and forgive what I did, otherwise I would be holding on a burden for the rest of my life, belittling myself. You know, belittling anything or anyone is like the worst fucking type of poison. It's like venom. The snake injects venom into your shoulders as burdens first, and then it gets to your head. You start to question your own reality in your life, where you are, who you are, what you are, and you just belittle yourself over the things that you never did, but what other people did to you. They're called a narcissist. Very popular. They're like these ugly ass vampires that look like mermaid ugly looking fishes with like big ass fangs. They're nasty looking motherfuckers. They live behind a mask. They pretend and they plan things very well. The reason why I know so much is because I decided to pretend to be one, and I know exactly what the fuck they're doing. I know every little tiny move. They're always 3 steps ahead. You know, I'm an empath, but I've learned that if you're going to use a narcissist, here's here's an advice. Do not approach them with any empathy whatsoever. Do not go to them asking them anything that would relate to you. They're like a soulless body. They only have a mind and a body. They have no soul. Even though they have a soul. It's very strange how God works. Free will, you know, but make boundaries. Structure yourself. And trust the road. Don't trust anybody. You can trust yourself. Follow your instincts, because, as soon as you feel something off, it doesn't have to be a tight squeeze. It doesn't have to be an intense twist of the gut. But when your gut senses something off, like it comes from your heart first feels like it's being broken in half. Cut that motherfucker off your life first. Don't wait around, or else it's gonna hurt you even more when they cut you off. You know, I purposely gave a man 4 tries because I was stupid, arrogant, and foolish, but I did it anyway because, some people change. But at the same time, there are people out there that never change, and he was one of them. You know, I fell in love with this man. I'm not really I never really went out on a date with a guy before, but on virtual reality, I did many times. But it's just when you learn more things about them by the behaviors they show. It's really incredible when you pay attention, because they never do. It's like they were meant to be in your life to show you how to become more cautious. They weren't meant to hurt you. They only hurt you because you take it personal. And when we take it personal, now we're not paying attention. See, I'm glad I recorded this, because if I said that without recording, I would not remember anything. So I always try to take out my phone. Sometimes I'm walking. What a nice day out. I just came back from the gyms. Sometimes I'm walking and I say the most deepest shit. And sometimes I don't really write it, because I usually just say, it's only some things, when you say some things, it's only really meant to be manifested within the moment as it becomes a reality over time. Some things are kept private, and others you can share them with people that you select, and others you can share with the world to inspire them. But sometimes it's always best to keep some things to yourself, because you never know. Anybody could fucking steal your idea and, use it for self-benefit, but don't take it personal. You just realize they took your idea, but not your vision, because they're not you. Your vision is meant to create a whole new perspective and inspire people. People who steal your idea, they want you dead. They want you dead when they are around, but when they no longer exist in your life, you live on and they die. It's very interesting, actually. You know, without you, they are dead. They're soulless little creatures that basically just hang around.
Hey there, pal. I love your cup.
And they just simply, they just simply hang around like a fucking leech on your neck. And the more you share to them, the more they know about your intentions. They're very, very tricky little motherfuckers. And, you know, that's why you gotta be careful, because these leeches, you know, they're not just found in ponds. They try to make you into a pawn of their own little tiny game. But little do they know what's interesting. I found out about this. They make the game, but you make the rules. Think about that. They make the game, you make the rules. So if they make the game and you make the rules, you can take a step back and you can rewrite what they just manipulated by taking their tactic and using it against them. Pretty clever, isn't it? And that's what I've been doing for like a long time. I found it pretty fun, because you can take a leech and you can fool the leech thinking it's water, but they'll die because it's not water, it's bleach for the leech. Oh god, that's such a bad joke, but it's actually quite nice. So, looks like it's almost time for me to end this video. Pretty nuts how you could talk and time just flies. That's why they say, if you yap too much without taking action, you get nowhere, because the brain cycles about the same old shit. It's like when, the boys, they call it the boys, when people hang out with the wrong people and they try to call them friends. 50 years later, when they're like 60 or 70, they're all hanging around the campfire talking about their memories, not where they are, what they did the past 50 years. They're just the same leeches that complain about people who cheated them. But the people who cheated them are the ones who took action, and they never took action because they sat on their asses and got lazy. That's the truth. And it's really mind-blowing once you realize that most people who are lazy fucks, they usually gossip about you. They're, and this could be family, blood relatives, friends you used to talk to, or even anybody. Somebody you walk by, they stare at you and they already don't like you because you intimidate them because your energy is just, you don't give a fuck, but they do. But anyway, I am gonna end it here because it seems that I'm running out of storage. So leave a comment down below, share your thoughts, and I would appreciate if you subscribe to my channel because I would like to, gain supporters and people like that. Not just likes, I appreciate the likes, but it's like, it's not the same thing as subscribing to somebody you like to listen to. So, anyways, have a good day. Remember to stay vigilant. Don't give up. Always remember why you started. And, yeah. A bird's nest here. Check out my SoundCloud. My music will probably help you out. It's really good music. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Goodbye for now.